Gang Fight fans, welcome to Mind for Combat. If you're new to this channel, my name's Rohan. This is my platform where I do MMA boxing related content. If you're new here, why don't you help me grow my channel? All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so you know when I upload a video. Like the video if you like it, and if you don't like it, well then hit the dislike button. And maybe get involved in the conversation in the comment section below, particularly if you didn't like it, let me know why. Anyways, with that said, this is a fight that I'm really looking forward to breaking down. It's the main event of UFC 246, the first pay-per-view of 2020 is one that's really kicking off in a bang. Actually, just the main event is really a bit of a bang, but the rest of the card's a bit weak, but still, it's the return of Conor McGregor, and that's worth something. Conor McGregor being one of the biggest stars in the whole of the game, and this is a fight that I'm really looking forward to. Conor McGregor comes back from a layoff of over a year from having fought in October 2018, where he got beaten by Khabib Nurmagomedov, and he hasn't fought since then. And he returns here in January 2020 to take on one of the most active and veteran best fighters in the UFC's lightweight or welterweight divisions, and that's Cowboy Cerrone. Conor McGregor comes into this fight having not really picked up a win since October 2016, but then he's only fought in MMA once since then, and he fought the most dominating grappler of all time. And then he fought in boxing, and he fought the best boxer, one of the best boxers of all time. So it's not fair to really hold that as a stat that it's like Conor McGregor's been on a BJ Penn type of decline. That's not fair to say. He hasn't been winning fights, but he hasn't really been having fights, and he's been having tough fights at that. It's very important coming into this fight to know that there's huge stakes on the line. So although the fight's being fought at 170, if Conor wins, he's the number one contender for Khabib at 155. Whether or not Khabib wants to make it happen, that's on him. There's also stakes for in terms of George Masvidal at 170. So if Conor wins, he may be finding himself facing off against one of the best welterweights in the world, in George Masvidal, who's one of the biggest stars in the world right now. For Don Cerrone, a win here after two back-to-back KO losses puts him right back in the mix at the top of the division, either at 170 or 155. Win over Conor is a huge way to do it. With that said, let's go through the tape and let's break this fight down step by step. So, Donald Cerrone is 36 years old coming into this fight. That makes him 5 years older than Conor McGregor, who's 31. Conor McGregor, though, despite a lot of people saying he's not the same anymore, he's still in his physical prime. And actually, if we are to believe what John Kavanagh is saying, and that he is in the best shape that he's ever been, Conor McGregor is in his physical prime, so there's no reason why he shouldn't be, particularly if he has been having a good lifestyle. Now, if he has, I don't know. Let's not get into the conspiracy theories of him banging out the cocaine, but what we do know is that Conor's a competitor. He's come into this fight and he's looked great in pictures. Don Cerrone, at 36 years old, no doubt is at the tail end of his career, especially when you consider the amount of fights he's had in MMA and in kickboxing. And you got to wonder, is this the fight where Don Cerrone's decline is going to start to catch up to him a bit more literally? Conor McGregor comes into this fight with a record of 21 wins and 4 losses, and he fights Don Cerrone, who has a professional veteran record of 36 wins, 13 losses, and 1 no contest. So that means he's had 50 professional mixed martial arts fights. He's been around for a long time, and that's another thing that could start to catch up with him. But they're both experienced professionals. They've both been under the bright lights, so this shouldn't be a surprise to either gentleman. Conor McGregor stands at 5'9". That makes him 3 inches shorter than Don Cerrone. He stands at 6'1", and that should be very interesting considering I think this fight's going to play out on the feet. Conor McGregor has a 74-inch reach, and despite being the shorter man, that actually gives him a 1-inch reach advantage over Donald Cerrone, who has a 73-inch reach. Now, Conor shines in the boxing, so no doubt he's going to look to utilise that little reach advantage that he does have, and it should be very interesting to see this fight play out. To describe the styles, Conor McGregor relies heavily on his boxing. He's got a very powerful left hand, and in his earlier UFC fights, he used to have great kicks. He used to adopt that karate style, and he used to have interesting footwork. Obviously, Ido Porter was a big part of his camp once upon a time. And to describe Donald Cerrone's style, well, you guys are familiar with Donald Cerrone. He's got that kickboxing, American kickboxing style. If it goes on the ground, he's got great BJJ. He can wrestle if he wants to, but I have a feeling it's going to be a stand-up fight, and Donald Cerrone's got great kicks. Definitely great leg kicks where Conor McGregor showing vulnerabilities, and he's got a great lead head kick. And who's the best head kicker that Conor McGregor ever fought? Something to think about there. Some of their key wins. Now, for Conor McGregor, he's beaten some of the best fighters of all time in Max Holloway, one of the best featherweights of all time, if not the best featherweight of all time. He's beaten Dustin Poirier, former UFC interim lightweight champion, who had a great career at featherweight as well. He's beaten the likes of Chad Mendes. Chad Mendes is one of the best featherweights to do it as well, despite never winning the belt. He took out Jose Aldo when Jose Aldo was on his 18-fight win streak and 25-1, and he took him out in just 14 seconds. He took out Nate Diaz and Eddie Alvarez to win the lightweight title. So those are some great wins that he's picked up in MMA. Don Cerrone also has a great host of great wins. So Don Cerrone, going back all the way to his fights with Jamie Varner, has picked up great wins there. He's beaten the likes of Dennis Sivo when Dennis Sivo was still a young up-and-coming guy who was a top contender at the time. He's taken out the likes of Charles the Bronx, Oliveira, Edson Barboza, which is a big and key win. That's an important win to remember there. He's beaten the likes of so many great fighters, Benson, Henderson. He's beaten Ala Quinta more recently. He's beaten Alexander Hernandez, who was a top contender, young buck up and coming. He took out Matt Brown. Matt Brown's a dude that I really, really respect. So tons of great wins for Donald Cerrone. The issues for Conor McGregor have always been his grappling, and past round 2, sort of his conditioning comes into question. For Don Cerrone at this stage of his career, you've got to think about wear and tear, his age, and then the fact that he is a bit chinny, in my opinion. Whenever I've seen him get clocked, I've seen him crumble in a way, and he has been a bit of a slow starter versus Conor McGregor, who's a fast starter. That might smell a recipe for disaster. The X factor for Conor McGregor is going to be his left hook, and the X factor for Donald Cerrone, or left hand even, and the X factor for Donald Cerrone is going to be his activity and his length and in kickboxing range. He has vast amount of experience over Conor McGregor when it comes to kickboxing. So anyways, with that said, let's get into the prediction. So coming into this fight, there's a few things that are invariable that we don't know how they're going to play out. Firstly, is Donald Cerrone washed up? I don't think so, but he's definitely declining, and I believe he's shown signs of declining. And secondly, where is Conor McGregor in his career right now? Is he really and truly back? Are we going to see the best Conor McGregor that we're being told we're going to see? In terms of fight, I think this fight will 100% play out on the feet. Conor McGregor has had historically good takedown defense, and although Donald Cerrone is an underrated wrestler, I don't think he's a better wrestler than Khabib Nurmagomedov, who had to work to take him down in that first round. And I don't think he's a better wrestler than Chad Mendes, who, despite being able to take Conor down, had to work to take down Conor every time. And I think Conor is strong at 170, and I think Don Cerrone is going to want to kickbox with him anyway. This is going to be a stand-up fight. On the feet now, this is very interesting because Don Cerrone has a vast advantage in leg kicks and head kicks. I think he's a better kicker than Conor. Now, Conor got good side kicks, spinning kicks, and sort of those karate type of unorthodox kicks. But I think where he shines is his boxing. And he has much faster hands than Don Cerrone. He must put much crisper hands, and he carries power in his left hand. In my opinion, it's going to be fought on the feet. Don Cerrone is going to have some success with his kicks early. Leg kicks, he'll have some success, and he'll have some success with his teeps and keeping Conor at bay. The problem is, as Conor gets more comfortable in the cage, he will start to close the distance, and in boxing exchanges, Conor will win. He's a better, faster, more technically sound boxer of the two, and I think that will start to show in this fight. I believe that Conor will catch him, and he'll catch him early, as Don Cerrone is a slow starter. He's not a guy that does well when he struggles. Now, the early few minutes, he may be able to keep Conor at bay. Conor will eventually be able to close the distance, and before Donald Cerrone gets fully going, he'll get clocked and, in my opinion, put out. So fight fans, what I'm officially predicting is that Conor McGregor is going to find Donald Cerrone's chin, is going to put him out early in the first round. This may not be the best Conor McGregor that we've ever seen, but it's going to be a Conor McGregor that's good enough to take out Donald Cerrone, in my opinion. So official prediction, fight fans, Conor McGregor to get the win. Anyways, fight fans, why don't you guys comment below and let me know what you thought of my prediction. Let me know how you see this fight going, and let me know who you guys are picking for the win in this one. It's a fight that I'm really, really looking forward to. Can't wait to see what you guys got to say. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm Rohan, and like I said, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it out, all that jazz. Thank you for watching, guys. Man for Combat.